Hello LEGO Fortnite enjoyers, and today we may be discussing what is admittedly a premature topic, but I think there are 5 things that LEGO Fortnite can add now to stay relevant and full of players in the gaming and Fortnite worlds. For while the player count is doing fine and is pretty steady after its initial surge over the holiday break, due to the experimental nature of this mode and its current state, I think improvements are needed soon to keep it lively and well. So with that, let's start this list with arguably my favorite idea, and that idea is a schematic creator / copier. This is basically an update for Sandbox and maybe Survival 2 if fleshed out correctly, but something of this nature should make building worlds in LEGO Fortnite so much easier and so less time consuming. Like, don't get me wrong, it's wonderful that we already have schematics that we can use to build cool little cities. However, once you build something once, I feel like you should be able to just copy and paste that build over and over again, kind of like some world builder mods in Minecraft. This should be especially true in Sandbox, where creative is kind of the name of the game, and why wouldn't you want to make it easier for players to build the worlds they have in their minds? Plus, imagine if you could save your own builds for future worlds or other areas in your current world, or imagine if you could share your schematics with other people on LEGO Fortnite. I think we'd see the amount of crazy worlds really ramp up if they added something like this. This next one might be easier said than done, but I really think we need some type of update to the building / physics in LEGO Fortnite. And this is mostly, again, directed at the Sandbox experience, but current building mechanics are just not fun to build with. For example, why can't there be some tool in creative that insta-breaks all blocks? I do like that the blocks maintain their normal durability so that you don't accidentally break them. However, building in this game is actually pretty precise, and it's very easy to misplace a block by 1 or 2 little pegs. And not having an insta-break option or an edit option for these blocks can get pretty annoying over just a single building session. Another incredible quality of life update concerning building would just be the ability to go back in saves. I can't tell you how many times a brute has completely destroyed a build of mine and there was just no way to get it back. Next, building with toys and the dynamic foundation is incredibly buggy. Now don't get me wrong here, I actually like how much freedom they provide you with the toys and the dynamic foundations. It would just be nice if some of those really annoying glitches were ironed out. Some examples that come to mind include floating builds that are no longer able to move, thrusters and switches disappearing or becoming stuck in other objects, or builds on dynamic foundations that just refuse to let anything else be built on top of them. Honestly, I could make an entirely separate video about the glitches and problems associated with moving builds in Fortnite, but I'll save that for another day. Okay, so this next one might just be a personal problem, but I would absolutely love it if they either removed or just increased the mob spawn limit. I think currently it sits around 15 to 25 available mobs to spawn depending on which mobs you choose to spawn, and while this number initially doesn't seem that bad, trying to run fun experiments or trying to populate an open world type environment with hostile areas becomes pretty difficult when you consider this limit. Like, I'm trying to create a fun hostile camp for my friend to explore and battle with, but it's pretty difficult with this mob limit. And on that note, I think a good way to fix this without increasing the mob limit could just be to create auto spawners that spawn in the new enemies when the mobs dip below that mob limit due to death or just despawning. So this next one again might be a personal preference, and it also might have been an intentional choice by the LEGO Fortnite creators, but I really think this should be a loose storyline for players to follow in game. And if they are just really against storylines, maybe just add some elite level dungeons, or just give the players some hazardous areas that have cool items locked behind them, just to give the players something to look forward to when they start a world. You could even randomize these areas so that it is different for players every time they start a new world. See, I can understand the freedom a no storyline approach might give a player, but from my point of view, it's almost like a why not scenario, right? Like, the players that don't want a storyline, as long as you don't make the notifications about it annoying, can just ignore that storyline for as long as they want. And the players that do want a storyline, well, they can jump right into it. It would be really cool too if the game allowed you to create your own storyline in the Sandbox mode that you could get players to run through if you invited them into your world. I know all this speculation might just be some serious wishful thinking because, let's face it, this is like an additional mode they added on to Fortnite, but I still think it'd be really cool if they added it and would add some longevity to the game. And on that note, this last idea might be some serious copium, but I think it would be really cool / fun if there were some public worlds that you could join. Public modes could also suffice for this too. Like, imagine if they just made aka the Battle Royale mode, but for the Lego Fortnite game. And honestly, to keep things simple, the public modes route might be the best option to go with. Like, they've obviously already successfully transferred over some items from the BR mode into the Lego Fortnite mode, so I feel like it wouldn't be too much of an issue to add some other ones. Of course, they may run into an age restriction problem, as that was already a problem going into the mode with skins, but maybe they could get around this with some creative choices about what to include into the mode. I mean, we already kind of have crossbows, swords, and dynamite, so like there's definitely some more items in Fortnite that fall under that category that they could add to flesh out a public play mode. And that does it for this short list to help increase the potential longevity of Lego Fortnite. Again, I realize this is probably a premature topic to talk about, but I just think it's necessary because of how weird this mode is in the context of Fortnite and gaming as a whole. As always, if you think any of my points were super dumb in this video, or you have any points of your own about this topic, please feel free to leave those comments down in the comment section below. And with that said, I just want to thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.